only chance is to follow this hostile and hope that he leads us to Secretary Heller.
Jack, we had a deal.
Television's greatest thrill ride continues on its new night.
Come on, leave her alone!
2 more electrifying hours.
We're not even sure he's guilty of anything.
This is how we'll find out.
That end with a surprise so shocking.
You have to take care of this. Take her to the basement and do it.
You'll never see it coming. 24, 2 all-new hours on its new night tomorrow at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Honey, does this make me look fat?
You betcha.
In the time it takes to pull out the sleeper sofa, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Can your glue do this or this? Wonder Glue can, but it won't save you any money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
This is the Toyota Highlander. You can get it with seating for $7. And you can lease it for $259 a month for 36 months with $1869 due at signing. See? In beautiful black and white. If a down payment doesn't work for you, you can lease a Highlander for $289 a month. An extra $30 a month, but you drive away paying nothing except the first month's payment. That's it. You want one? See your Toyota dealer.
The Highlander, one of 17 Toyotas moving you forward.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
Never before seen home video, how the tsunami swallowed a city in seconds, and you won't believe who was behind the camera.
And caught on tape, did a nanny cam save a baby's life?
Also, the Jets head coach won the game but almost lost his mind.
What was that all about? And I know you said that it was a family argument, but did that distract from the team?
We ask Herman Edwards the tough question.
Plus, your ride to work might not pick you up. We're on strike watch. The news starts right now.
You're watching Fox 5 News at 10. What New Yorkers watch.
Good evening, I'm Dick Brennan.
And I'm Karen Hepp. A wacko with a box cutter is on the run right now, and cops are worried he's going to strike again.
Now, he already slashed 2 women, including a Sunday school teacher right outside a church.
Fox 5's Helen Lucatus is in Mariana's section of the Bronx with more. Helen.
Karen, both women were walking alone in Katona Park today, and they were slashed with a box cutter in broad daylight. Now, tonight, both of the women are here at Lincoln Hospital being treated for their scarring injuries.
She was sliced from over here to right here, and we saw a long cut.
Yacel Garcia says his grandmother, 65-year-old Elita Casada, was walking to Christian Community Neighborhood Church today in the Bronx, where she teaches Sunday school, when she was slashed in the face. The church's reverend, State Senator Ruben Diaz, heard her screams.
When we were praying, the sister came on running, yelling, I got caught, they caught me.
Casada works as a home attendant caring for the sick. Tonight, she underwent surgery to repair a cut tendon with her worried family nearby.
It's terrible because who would do that to somebody like that? She's real nice. She never looks for problems. She doesn't have problems with nobody.
And only 20 minutes before Casada was attacked, another Bronx woman, 17 years old, was slashed in the arm only a half block away. She left a trail of blood as she ran for help on Jennings Avenue in front of PS 66.
He just said, they cut me. And, when we seen so much blood, we just wrapped her arm and, called 911 right away.
A hospital spokeswoman says that both of the victims here remain in stable condition tonight. As for that suspect, he remains on the loose. Reporting live in the Bronx, Helen Lucatus, Fox 5 News. Karen.
All right, thanks, Helen. Well, when you head off to work tomorrow, you may trust a nanny or a babysitter to watch your kids. But do you really know what happens when you're not there? A camera never lies. Wait till you hear what one Long Island mom caught on tape. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is in Roslyn Harbor with that story.
Whenever you leave your baby with someone, there's always that nagging fear, will your child be okay? Well, one Long Island couple's worst suspicions were confirmed when they caught their nanny hitting their 6-month-old baby on videotape. Time after time, we've shown you case after case of babysitters abusing children. It's always hard to watch videos like these, but tape is the best way to catch them. Cops say that's how Mook Foy was caught by the couple living in this Roslyn Harbor home.
Baby had bruising on the wrists and on the tops of his feet. There's also a small bruise noted on the child's back.
The 50-year-old nanny from Elmhurst had been living and working in the home for only about a week. What she didn't know was that the couple had set up their computer as a nanny cam, and cops say the video showed Mook Foy hitting the tiny baby.
They found that the child had been bounced by the nanny, apparently bounced on the floor on its legs, and the pillow had been placed over the child, and the pillow had been punched several times.
Cops say the couple found the nanny through word of mouth, not through an agency. She's charged with child endangerment, and the baby is expected to be okay. In Roslyn Harbor, Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News.
Well, there could be a quicker New Jersey commute if you don't mind waiting a decade or so. A proposal calls for a train tunnel to be built under the Hudson River. It will give rail commuters a more direct route to the city. It's getting a lot of support, but as I said, don't hold your breath. Right now, plans have construction starting in 2006 and finishing in 2014.
And speaking of commutes, some of you are going to need to get up extra early tomorrow morning. That's because your normal commute is going to be anything but. At midnight tonight, it looks like 2 major bus companies will be going on strike. Fox 5's Mark Joyella is on the strike watch in Jamaica, Queens right now with the very latest on that. Mark.
Well, Karen, it is certainly shaping up like a strike. The buses are still out there on the roads. They will soon be reporting back here to the Green Line Yard in Queens. Right now, it is 2 hours to midnight. These two sides are not talking, and riders, well, they are getting ready for a rough morning. So you ready for this thing? Is it going to be a strike? Drivers don't have much to say about a strike, but riders definitely do. Angry at the thought of a miserable Monday morning waiting for a ride that never comes. Does it anger you that it's come to this?
Of course. It's anger for everybody, you know.
But union leaders say after 2 years without a contract and concerns over a pending city takeover of these private bus lines, it's all but certain they will strike at midnight, shutting down service and stranding thousands. Command has 7,500 riders a day in Brooklyn, and the Green Line carries 62,000 riders in Queens every day, but probably not tomorrow. What do you think tomorrow's going to be like, tomorrow morning?
A hassle to get to work and everything. It's going to be a hassle.
Just how much of a hassle depends in large part on where you get the bus. These folks are waiting on Queens Boulevard at 71st Avenue. They'll be all right. They can just walk right over here and grab the train. But for families who get the bus along Woodhaven Boulevard with no subway in sight, if the Q11's not running, they might be walking.
Telling people to hop a dollar van or to go out and buy a bike is just not going to cut it. People need these buses. There are 70,000 people who rely on these two companies.
Now, a note for you on those dollar vans. Assuming a strike, the city has approved for those dollar vans to stop and pick up riders at bus stops, but only on certain routes, specifically where there is no alternate transportation. Those lines are the B100 and the Q6, 10, 11, and 40. As for the drivers, well, we expect to see them here on the picket line in Queens about 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're live in Jamaica, Queens. Mark Joyella, Fox 5 News. Dick?
All right, Mark, thank you. Well, President Bush is hailing the election of a new Palestinian leader as a major step toward peace and independence.
Yeah, it's being called the first truly democratic Arab election. Mahmoud Abbas declared victory in this landmark election, dedicating his win to the late Yasser Arafat.
Abbas says he opposes violence against Israel, wants to revive peace talks and clean up corruption in the Palestinian Authority. So many people came out to vote, the deadline had to be extended.
Now to the waves of devastation. We have disturbing new home video tonight as the killer waves sweep through Banda Aceh, Indonesia. The man behind the camera is usually a wedding photographer. And even though it's been 2 weeks, the images are still shocking. People are holding on to anything to avoid being swept up in all those harsh currents.
And breaking news out of that same region tonight, a U.S. helicopter on a relief operation has crashed. 10 people were on board when the chopper went down in a rice paddy near Banda Aceh. 2 U.S. servicemen were hurt. No word yet on the others. Also new tonight, that was the same city, and it was hit by another quake. Nobody was hurt, but as you can imagine, the 6.2 tremor sent the already traumatized people scrambling. 2 weeks after the original quake and tsunami, the death toll is over 150,000 and still rising.
And a couple from Queens went to Thailand. They were looking for their missing daughter and at the same time dreading they would find her. After sifting through countless bodies, their worst fears were confirmed. They did find their daughter Hannah. She She was only 25 years old. She is the first New Yorker to be identified as a casualty of the killer tsunami. For Mr. and Mrs. Shi, it was the hardest day of their life.
When we got the picture number 445, at that day, we saw the earring. My wife and I, we know what that means, but we didn't say anything to each other. We just wait, hold it, see if it really is or not, because we still have to check the dental record. I was so scared that day.
The coffin carrying her body landed in New York yesterday.
Well, each day, another group in our area reaches out to help the tsunami victims. The Federazione Italo-American in Brooklyn and Queens held an aid drive in Ridgewood. A whole trailer load of clothes, canned goods, bottles, and toiletries are now on their way to Sri Lanka.
And if you want to help the relief efforts, but you aren't sure how to do that, we're going to make it very easy for you. Tomorrow, tune in to Good Day Cares from 7 to 9 a.m., and that's where you'll see Fox 5 personalities all across our area collecting donations for the AmeriCares Tsunami Relief Fund. Stay tuned throughout this newscast to see the donation locations.
I'm John DeCepolo. For the first time in 23 years, the Jets won a playoff game on the road last night, beating the Chargers 20-17 in overtime. But the win didn't come without a little family feud. Head coach Herman Edwards and running backs coach Bishop Harris got into a major argument on the sidelines during the game and had to be separated. Carl Reuter caught up with Herm and asked him about this incident.
Did that distract from the team?
Obviously, no. And it was a family feud, and we have players sometimes feuding with other players, and that's playoff competition, and that's guys being very competitive, and I think you need to have that on your team. Now, obviously, you don't want to make it a big deal because it's not a big deal. The big deal is we won the football game on the road and won a playoff game.
Yes, you did. You'll hear much more from that exclusive interview with Carl and Herm coming up on Sports Extra after the news. Karen, Dick?
All right, John, thank you. Well, the sun returned after all the rain yesterday. Not bad.
Yeah, now we have to get ready for the warm-up and all the good news. So for that, let's get over to Tracy Humphrey. What is the good news?
Oh, Karen, we are looking at some very mild temperatures moving to the work week. First and foremost, take a look at what's going on right now in Central Park. Cloudy conditions. Temperature at 38 degrees. Winds out of the west at 7 miles per hour. We have a blanket of clouds across the region, and that is going to be with us throughout most of the overnight hours. But the good news is, again, we're looking at very mild temperatures moving in for your work week. For tonight, cloudy conditions, maybe a passing sprinkle. For the city, your temperature in the mid-30s, suburbs 25 to 34 degrees. Coming up, we're going to take a look at your 5-day forecast. See temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees above normal, and I'll let you know how long they plan on sticking around. I'll see you then.
We hope a long time. Coming up, tsunamis, record snow, mudslides. Mother Nature is in a bad mood. How the wacky weather is turning lives upside down.
Plus, the latest on the Michael Jackson sex abuse trial. Will the past come back to haunt the King of Pop?
And your baby is probably sleeping in a crib. An important recall for parents. Grab a pen. We'll tell you what you need to know next.
And here's a look at where you can find Fox 5 personalities tomorrow morning for our Good Day Cares drive. We're collecting donations for the tsunami victims. The money will be distributed through AmeriCares.
If you've got a story you want Fox 5 News to investigate, call us at 1-877-TEL-FOX-5 or log on to our website at fox5ny.com.
America's top critics are all raving about Finding Neverland. It's the best picture of the year, and now it's nominated for 5 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Picture of the Year.
That is never alone.
Finding Neverland, rated PG, now playing everywhere.
Oh, sorry, emergency, this is John.
I got a little girl here. She doesn't know where she lives.
I have your vehicle located on Whipple Street, and I'll go ahead and contact the police.
Police department?
This is John with OnStar. I have a gentleman calling to report a child who was just wandering about. Do you mind if I conference them in?
Sure.
Yes, sir. I have the police on the line.
The police should be there any second. Thank you very much.
Happy to help. Have the police arrived yet?
They have arrived. They're going to find her parents. I think one of them's running toward her right now. Thank you very much.
OnStar is available on over 50 GM models. To learn more, visit OnStar.com.
Fox 5 News, your #1 news at 10. What New Yorkers watch. Look closely.
The guy hit me.
That's a local politician attacking our reporter with this hunk of metal. What's going on? Tomorrow at 10.
Dial-up has its downsides, but not Verizon Business DSL. It gives you higher speeds for faster downloads. And it comes with high honors, all for a very low price. Call 1-866-YES-2-DSL now. You'll get a great offer and today's best value in broadband for business. Verizon Business DSL. Your business will really take off.
It turns out the cereal pediatricians recommend as finger food for toddlers is the same cereal that's good for your heart.
Hey, eat your own breakfast.
The thrill ride of the season.
We have terrorists on U.S. soil.
Is just getting started.
No!
24.
Tomorrow night at 8 on Fox 5. You're watching Fox 5 News at 10. What New Yorkers watch.
A key hearing this week in the Michael Jackson molestation case.
That's right. A judge is going to be hearing arguments about whether a boy who accused the pop star of sex abuse back in 1993 can testify in the upcoming trial. Now, Jackson was never charged. He and the boy reached some sort of financial settlement. Now, prosecutors say the boy's testimony will show Jackson's motive and intent. Now, the defense argues that since the allegations weren't strong enough to bring charges back then, they aren't worth hearing now.
3 years after the crash of Flight 587, big fights are brewing over money. The plane crashed in Queens. It was headed for the Dominican Republic. Families are fighting over who's entitled to lawsuit settlements. Now, in some cases, relatives say sham husbands are scheming to profit from green card marriages. They claim weddings were for immigration purposes only. Lawyers say it's a big mess with over 100 lawsuits still lingering.
And there could be some more trouble for a former police commissioner turned former Homeland Security chief nominee, Bernard Kerik. The police department is trying to figure out if credit cards were misused when he was the police commissioner. An internal affairs unit is investigating right now. No evidence has been found. And Kerik's lawyer says none is going to be. The attorney says city accounts go through intense reviews and nothing personal could have slipped through.
Tonight, there is damning documentation in the United Nations Oil for Food investigation. Fox News has obtained internal audits. The copies show how UN oversights allowed contractors to overcharge by millions of dollars, money which should have gone to the Iraqi people. A UN spokesman says that while the audits show financial mismanagement, they also show the UN was monitoring itself during the course of the program.
Now we have some real important information for parents. A company in Brooklyn is recalling nearly 8,000 cribs. Orbel Trade is the name of the company. The cribs have a gap between the side rail and the mattress support where babies can become trapped. The cribs were sold in furniture stores from January of 2003 until last August. If you think you have one of these cribs, stop using it immediately and call Orbel Trade at this number, that is 800-605-8018.
Well, winter weather keeps pounding the West Coast.
It has snowed just about every day since Christmas in Northern California. They got hit with up to 4 feet in just a few hours yesterday. Let's take a look at a highway in the Bernardino National Forest. Motorists were going nowhere fast. 200 cars ended up being stuck for hours. And in Southern California, it's not the snow that's a problem there, it is the rain that is making a mess. The storms turned deadly in Malibu. Police say wet roads caused the driver of an SUV to lose control. As you can see, went right over the cliff, right into the ocean. A person was killed in this crash.
In San Bernardino, severe rock slides. Look at what's left of a two-story home. Wow, a mudslide reduced it to a big pile of rubble. A father and his 2 children were in the home at the time. Firefighters had to dig them out. Now, amazingly, the father only had some scrapes and bruises, and the kids were just fine. Good news there.
Well, unfortunately, no relief in sight for the West Coast until early next week. As far as we are concerned, not much of a winter so far. Today's high temperature 40 degrees, morning low of 33. Normally this time of the year, daytime high around 38 degrees, morning low of 26. So again, overnight low is quite mild. Records for today's date, a record high of 64 degrees set in 1937 and a record low of 1 below set in 1968. And your sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:20. Let's take a look at your temperatures across the area. 27 in Monticello, 31 in Sussex, 36 in Bridgeport. Port, also 36 in Newark and 37 degrees at JFK. Temperatures really won't bottom out too much tonight, and that's because we won't be looking at much in the form of radiational cooling, and that's because, again, we have a blanket of clouds across the area, so it really doesn't stop us from losing too much of our air, our cooler air, that is. That will remain the story, unfortunately, throughout most of the day tomorrow. More clouds expected than sunshine, but take a look at your national surface map, and again, we're going to take a look at a high-pressure system. It is down the southeast. It is bringing beautiful weather down to the southeast. We're also going to take a look at our next frontal system. It is a cold front that's going to be moving in throughout the day Monday. No precipitation expected with this system, but back behind it, a lot of changes coming up for Tuesday night, maybe some freezing rain. And more importantly, down the west coast, again, that low pressure system still hugging the coastal areas, so they're not looking for any relief until late next week. Now, your futurecast again will show that cold front that is going to be moving through the area, and in front of it, mild conditions. For tomorrow, temperatures about 10 degrees above what you had today. Tomorrow, forecasting a high around 50 degrees. Once that cold front moves out of the area, back behind it, we're going to have a high pressure system to the north. That's going to give us winds out of the north, make it much cooler. We're also going to have a warm front coming in, so we're going to have a warm boundary as well. That could give us a chance of some freezing rain Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, most likely for the northern areas, and then after that, all rainfall. The best thing about this warm front is it's going to set us up for very warm temperatures going throughout most of your work week, so I think you'll enjoy that. So for tonight, cloudy with maybe a passing sprinkle. For the city, your temperatures in the mid-30s, suburbs 25 to 34 degrees, winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, more clouds and sunshine. Mild temperatures, though. Temperatures normally this time of the year in the upper 30s. Tomorrow, 50 degrees. Enjoy it. Winds will be picking up out of the southwest and veering to the west around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 25 in some places. And then for the suburbs, 47 to 53 degrees. Take a look right now at your 5-day forecast. Again, for tomorrow, more clouds and sun. Tuesday, that cold front comes in, kind of drops down our temperatures just a bit, and then that warm front comes in back behind it. So maybe a wintry mix Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning. But take a look at Thursday. I love a warm front. Mild conditions. Thursday's high temperature, 56 degrees. Friday, 43. But I have to tell you, next weekend looks like it could be another wintry mix because an Arctic front comes in for late Friday. But let's just concentrate on Thursday, 56 degrees.
You love a warm front.
I love a warm front.
Lots of people do.
I guess so. And all this warmth on the set tonight comes from the newest member of our Fox 5 family. Is that good?
It was really sweet. What a nice segue.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Karen Hepp joins us tonight, and it is a pleasure.
Yes, it's great to have you here.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine.
Look forward to working with you.
And I look forward to working with everybody here, the whole Fox 5 team. It's quite an honor, and I look forward to lots of great future times together.
Okay, that's good. Now get to work. You got something to read, lady.
Yes, yes. And coming up, can Meet the Fockers strike box office gold again? Well, we're going to have the weekend movie roundup.
Plus, the show does not go on for one Broadway actress. Details about her wicked fall next.
And here's another look at some of the places Fox 5 personalities will be in the morning. You can visit them between 7 to 9 o'clock to make a donation for the tsunami victims. The money will go to AmeriCares.
Out of gas?
Yeah.
Dodge Grand Caravan, the only minivan with stow and go. Another minivan first from Dodge.
Daddy just had to get a motorcycle, didn't he?
Funny, huh?
Hi, this is Mr. Foreman. If you ever give my daughter an alcoholic beverage, I will hunt you down and neuter you. Dinner's ready.
A daughter in college.
I got you some pepper spray.
Oh, how sweet.
A baby on the way. But it's never too late.
How old are you?
26 years old.
You're my new boss.
To be surprised.
How old are you? I'm 51.
Wow, it's like a year older than my dad, so that's weird.
Yeah.
In Good Company. Rated PG-13. In theaters Friday.
Hold on. Something in the pocket. Looks like a banana. There, side pocket. Apple or a peach. Is that strawberries? You know what I'm thinking? Fruit pocket pancakes at IHOP. Uh-huh.
Come on down to IHOP for a pocket full of goodness. New Fruit Pocket Pancakes. Our famous buttermilk pancakes bursting with the fruit fillings you love. Served with tasty toppings and all your favorite sides. IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy.
This is the Toyota Camry.
It's the best-selling car in America. You can lease it for $199 a month for 36 months with $1869 due at signing. See? In beautiful black and white. If a down payment doesn't work for you, you can lease a Camry for $249 a month. An extra $50 a month, but you drive away paying nothing except the first month's payment. That's it. You want one? See your Toyota dealer.
The Camry, one of 17 Toyotas moving you forward.
Well, this Broadway star discovered treading the boards can be a dangerous job. Idina Menzel was starring in Wicked, but she cracked a rib after falling through a trap door during a matinee performance yesterday. Menzel did return to the stage briefly today for her grand finale. This was her last performance of a 16-month run. Menzel is the set to next star in a film version of Rent. She was in the original Broadway cast of Rent.
Well, people are still flocking to see the Fockers. The sequel to Meet the Parents stars Ben Stiller, Dustin Hoffman, easy for me to say, Robert De Niro, and Barbra Streisand. It took the top spot at the box office for the third week in a row. They're flocking to see the Fockers. Okay.
Oh, tongue twister. And we're going to be right back.
Yeah, first a look at what you need to know about tomorrow morning's Commute.